What's up, everybody? Welcome to the What It's Like podcast. I'm your host, Cherry, and today I want to talk about making your own decisions, forming your own opinions, and trusting what you feel. For those that don't know, I've recently moved back to Virginia, and I've been around my family a lot. And one of the biggest things that keeps coming up for me is how much I leaned on what my parents said or told me what to do when I was growing up. There are a lot of things that I wanted to do that I didn't do because I was trying to please my parents or do what they thought was best for me. And there were also a lot of things that I did do that I didn't want to do for those same reasons. For example, it's one thing in particular that stands out to me. When I was in high school, they had cosmetology classes. You could be on the regular cosmetology side or you could be on the barbering side. And I wanted to be on the barbering side. I wanted to learn how to cut hair because I thought being a barber was mad cool and that was a cool thing to do. And I remember telling my mom that I wanted to do that, and her response was like, "You sure you want to be in there with all those boys?" And she said that, and I took that in like, oh, maybe I shouldn't want to do that. But I wanted to do that, and I know that I would have really enjoyed doing that, and my life would be in a completely different place right now. But yeah, that was just an example of me. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that that was something I was really interested in. But when she said that to me, I felt like, oh, maybe that's something I shouldn't do. Maybe that's not something like girls should do or something like that. Even though I was into it and I knew I was. And up to that point, like, it had been a lot of things that I was interested in that may have been more masculine or for boys or whatever. And I would always try to like tip my toe in it, but there was always pushback. For whatever reason. It's plenty of reasons. We can have a different conversation about that. But it's weird now because I've had a lot of time to experience life and make my own decisions and learn from those decisions. And also gain some trust in myself, even if things don't turn out how I want them to. But my parents are still my parents. And if your parents are like mine, they still have some growing to do. And not just that, they still feel like they have to guide you or tell you what's right or what's wrong or how to do things that you've been doing your whole life and you know how to do it. That's a boundary for me. Not that my parents respect the boundary, but that is a boundary for me. But if you haven't taken the time to build your own trust in yourself and do what you want to do because you want to do it, it can be easy to slip back into that mindset you had when you were growing up and just go along with what everybody else wants you to do or what everybody else thinks is best for you. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. And the only way to not fall into that trap of living the life someone else wants for you is just to simply make your own decisions. There's nothing wrong with a little guidance, and there's nothing wrong with hearing people out. But ultimately, your decisions are still yours. You have the last say-so. You determine where your life goes and where it doesn't. And if you feel like you don't, that's a problem. You can either do what you want or do what they want. It's really that simple. And that's not to say that your life will be easy or making that choice is easy, but you will be better off because you'll be living your life. There's way less pressure when you're doing what you want and doing what feels right to you. The life you want is waiting for you to choose it. You are free to make any decision that you want. You are free to live and create whatever you want to create. You can love your family and still be free. Because at the end of the day, you're the one waking up and living your life every day. And it would really suck if that life wasn't yours. If it wasn't how you shaped it. So think about that, because that's been really heavy on my mind a lot lately. Specifically because I've been around my family and just in me making different decisions in my life now. And like seeing their reactions or seeing that they might want to say something or hearing them when they say something is like, okay, girl. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. While you're here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Leave me a comment. All the links to the social media for the podcast will be in the description as well. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you next time. This is what it's like.